So, last night I decided to watch a movie called Manchester by the Sea. And I had never heard anything about this movie. I went into it completely blind and oh my god. It is probably the most just depressing, sad, just just not a good fun movie. It's just not fun. Um but it's so good. I mean, it's spoilers, obviously. I'm just gonna talk about it. I don't have a script. I'm trying something new, I guess, but I just want to talk about it. So, Manchester by the Sea is about a man named Lee who the movie starts out with him as a janitor, and he just lives in this tiny little room. He gets paid like minimum wage, and that's his life. He gets a phone call at work saying that his brother is in the hospital and he doesn't really have much time left. It's not looking good. So Lee decides, okay, I have to go home, see my brother. He gets there late. His brother's already dead, which just right out the gate is really setting up the tone for this movie and just how nothing is ever going to turn out good for the rest of the movie. That all happens, and he decides he's got to go let his nephew Patrick know. And Patrick, his nephew, has been in his life, basically since Patrick was born. Obviously, it's his brother's kid. Um, he goes, picks him up from hockey practice, and takes him to go see his dad at the morgue. And Patrick, throughout the whole movie, he doesn't really react to the death that much until later on. But whenever Lee is like, "Do you want to go see him?" He's like, "I don't know." And Lee's like, "Do you want me to decide for you?" And then movie cuts. They're walking into the morgue. Patrick sees the body, immediately turns around. He's like, "I saw it. It's good." So already he's kind of like hiding from the truth that his father is dead. Um, and the whole movie is just about how different people handle grief, how we deal with it. So I kind of want to talk about Lee because he's the main character and he does not deal with the loss of his brother at all in any way that's healthy. He drinks. He doesn't want to take care of his nephew. One of the things in the will, his brother's will, was like, "I'm leaving a lot of money to you so that you can relocate to Manchester," which is where the movie takes place. He's like, "I'm gonna leave a lot of money. I want you to take, guardianship of Patrick. And I want you to raise him, pretty much." And Lee can't do that because we'll find out later that Lee has some really bad connections to this town with his past events. So Lee is already just not where he needs to be, and now he's got to take care of like a kid. He's got to do all this stuff. We find out that he was married at some point. He had kids of his own, but again, spoilers. He's drunk one night, puts a fire in the fireplace to try and warm up the house. He doesn't want to drive, so he walks down to a little corner store to get some stuff. Comes back, house is burning down. They were able to get his wife out, but they were not able to get the kids out. And I mean, it's just like brutal seeing that, and he blames himself, obviously. I mean, all of his children passed away in the fire. His wife was not, yeah, they ended up getting divorced because of that. Um, there's a scene where he's at the police station and he's saying, like, "It was my fault, there were drugs," and the cops are like, "Well, you're free to go, it's just an accident." He's like, "That's it? That's it." In the actual lobby of the police station, he reaches over and grabs a gun out of the nearest officer. He just grabs a gun out of his belt and tries to shoot himself. Thankfully, it doesn't work. But I mean, it's just like, I mean, it's already a man that's at his lowest, and now life is just beating him down more and more, and it's horrible. Later on in the movie, he gets a call from his ex-wife, and she's like, "Could I come to the funeral?" And he's like, "Sure." And then she tells him that she's pregnant with she has a new husband and she's been able to move on. But I mean, just I think it's like Casey Affleck, that's the actor. He is just insane with his body language. In that scene where he gets the phone call, And he's like, how are you doing? She's like, well, I should probably tell you I'm pregnant. And it's just like how defeated he looks and how sad he is. I mean, around this point in the movie, I stopped watching and I finished it last night. But I remember thinking, maybe it'll have a happy ending. Get, maybe he'll take responsibility and help raise his nephew, move back to the town, confront his past. But he doesn't. He doesn't do that at all. He does change a little bit, and he ends up admitting to Patrick that he can't stay. And he says, I can't beat it. I just can't beat it. And I imagine that's, depression, trauma. He can't beat it. And being in this town is just going to keep on hurting him. I want to talk about Patrick now, the nephew. I mentioned how at the start he didn't seem to understand what was going on, or he knew what happened, but he didn't have the reaction that you thought he would for being the son. And he immediately just starts hanging out with his friends. He's asking Lee, hey, can I have this girl over tonight? Can you drop me off at this girl's house? And Lee just doesn't care. He's like, sure. Anyway, one night, Patrick opens up the freezer and a bunch of food falls out. I guess it was his dad's food. And he just starts sobbing. He just breaks down. And Lee goes down there and he's like, what's wrong? Are you okay? And Patrick is like, I feel weird. I can't do this. I don't like having him in the freezer. And that's really the point where he breaks down and really understands that his dad is gone. And I mean, that was just so powerful, I guess, to watch. I mean, devastating. Wow. Towards the end of the movie, Lee ends up seeing his ex-wife just walking on the street, and she's like, can I talk to you? And he's like, sure. She ends up just breaking down and says, I am a horrible person. I shouldn't have said any of the things I said to you. And she's up just saying that I love you. And this scene made me cry. I was laying in bed watching it, and I was like, this is horrible. I don't like this at all. This is so sad. And it just made me just fall apart, because it's like, oh my god. It is insane. It's just all the acting in this movie and all the grief, and it's so real. Because there's nothing there. I mean, it just shows it all. There's no, I don't know, it just doesn't let up. Patrick ends up reconnecting with his mom. At the beginning of the movie, they kind of talk about how she was, a drug addict. She drank, and she ends up, I think Joe, the brother, ends up divorcing her. And Patrick's been in contact with her all these years, emailing her. And she has a new husband, and she's changed her life, and she's like, I want to see you again, Patrick. Can you come over for lunch? He does, but it doesn't go anywhere as well as he wanted it to go. I mean, his mom is, very Christian now, which great for her. She's changed her life around, but Patrick just isn't used to that. And it's awkward, and he basically just ends up wanting to leave. Ends up getting an email from, I guess probably his stepdad now, saying, I understand you want to be a part of our life, and she wants you to be part of our life too, but because of how she reacted to seeing you, I think that we should schedule our meetings, and you're going to have to talk to me now. And he doesn't finish reading the email. That's just the first paragraph. There's a couple more. I didn't read it, but he just turns off the laptop and gives up. I think that's actually when he goes down to the freezer and sees all the stuff. I mean, just his dad is gone. He wanted to meet his mom, and now he feels like they don't really want him there. His uncle, Lee, doesn't want him. He's trying to get rid of him. Not get rid of him, but give him to people that are more capable than him. The movie ends with him saying, okay, I figured it out. You're going to get adopted. I'm going to move up to Boston. You get to stay here. And that's it. And that's how the movie ends. Dude, I was so mad when I saw that just nothing happened. And that he wasn't really able to grow or really deal with anything. He just kind of ends up being I can't do this. I'm sorry. I cannot do this. And I mean, that's respectable. That's real. In a perfect movie, he would find himself again. He would keep Patrick around to take full responsibility. But that's really not what life is. Life is not perfect. It's not going to work out the way that we always want it to, especially with death and just the amount of stuff that Lee had to go through. Just a powerful movie. I would recommend watching it at least once if you can handle the stuff in it. I mean, it's brutal. It's really sad. Like I said, it doesn't let up. It just kind of keeps punching you and punching you. You think it can't get worse, and then they just kind of kick you while you're down, you know. Just keep adding on to it. That's really about all I had to say. I just want to get that out. Thank you guys for watching. This is a really different video, obviously. If you guys like it, though, I'm more than happy to do more like this. So, alright, y'all. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys later.